Good morning, thanks for joining me. I hope everybody's well. Apologies for the glare on my glasses. I have minimised it as much as I can without losing the light. I know that some of you find it distracting, so my apologies for that. So I thought it was about time to do another weight loss update with my journey with Mounjaro, the GLP-1 weight loss injection. I think it's a couple of months since I did the last one, or it will be by the time that this goes live. I'm filming a little bit in advance. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about where I'm at, how it's going, tell you my results since the last update, side effects, changes, diet, all of that kind of thing we're going to get into and unpick. But first of all, I wanted to thank today's sponsor, which is AG1. AG1 is a convenient and comprehensive blend of over 70 great ingredients to improve our health and our lives. It comes in powder form, you mix it with water and you drink it once a day. I've been drinking this every day for around 6 months now, and it's just become a part of my healthy everyday routine. I get up in the morning, drink my AG1, I do my exercise, I pop the kettle on. It's just something that I do on a daily basis now. Things I like about AG1 include the fact that it's so easy to make. You fill it up with tap water, you put the sachet of powder in, you give it a good shake like that, and you just drink it. No messing. Also, it tastes way nicer than it looks. I say this every time I talk to you about it, but honestly, I do actually like the taste of it. Thirdly, it's only 50 calories, so for those of us who are conscious of calorific intake, like I am at the moment, that is a benefit as well. And finally, as I've already said, it gets my day off to a healthy start. What could be better? It has many, many benefits. The one that I have found the most since I've been using it is the energy side of things. I find that I have almost completely lost, not every day and not completely, but it has so improved my post-lunch slump. You know that you get that fancying a nap and not able to concentrate and woolly head after lunch. It's really improved that for me so much, and I find that that tiredness doesn't come on till much later in the day for me now. It's also great for heart health, which is definitely something that I consider as I move in towards my late 50s. It's got vitamin B and thiamine in it, which are both great ingredients as far as heart health is concerned. And it also supports my immunity, which again can only be a good thing. Now, if you're interested in giving AG1 a go, I'm going to pop a QR code on the screen now. So if you want to scan that with your phone, you can click straight through to the website. And with your first subscription at the moment, you get a free bottle of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. So useful for when you're going away for the weekend and you don't want to take a big pouch. 5 free travel packs of AG1 as well. So definitely worth subscribing. I will, of course, pop a link down in the description box for those of you who don't want to scan the QR code, so you can click straight through from there, and I'll pop it in the pinned comment at the top of the comment section as well. So thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Right, let's get into the weight loss stuff. So the last time I updated you, sorry if I'm looking down, I've got notes because I do not retain numbers like I used to. Actually, that's a complete lie. I've never been good at retaining numbers at all, apart from boyfriend's phone numbers back in the day when we didn't have mobile phones. That's another story. When I last updated you, I had lost 2 stone and 8.8 pounds, which is 36.8 pounds for those of us who don't work in real or in stones and pounds. That was around mid-March. We're now, as I film this, at mid-April, just before mid-April. So it's approximately a 2-month update, this. So I have now lost, at this stage, I've now lost 3 stone and half a pound. So I've lost approximately 6 pounds since I last updated you. That probably doesn't sound too bad. However, the vast majority of that I lost in the first 2 weeks. And ever since then, I have been losing and putting on at the same pound or 2 pounds. And it hasn't felt very positive for the last 6 months. When I reflect back on my weekly weigh-ins, I feel like I have been very much at a plateau. So although I'm maintaining that 3 stone weight loss, don't really feel like I've got anywhere for the last 6 weeks, really, 5 to 6 weeks. So what are the reasons for this? I have definitely found that the food suppression hasn't been as strong. So I have been thinking about food a little bit more. I have been snacking more than I was before. I've probably been finishing what's on my plate without really thinking about whether I'm full or not a bit more. I've probably been eating slightly larger portions as well. We've had a very nice social life, which we always do. That is just part of my life. We've gone away, we go out for meals, that sort of thing. I haven't made such good choices from menus as I was doing at the beginning. And all of these little things add up, don't they? All of them add up to get to a stage where I'm at now, where I'm putting on and taking off the same 2 pounds. Now, I think it's pretty easy once you've lost a significant amount of weight, as I have, to I feel very different. My clothes fit differently, all of that good stuff. You know, I've got stuff that's too big for me. That's all lovely. I feel better. I feel healthier. I have less knee pain. All the good things that have happened. But that in turn has perhaps lowered my motivation to continue to want to lose weight. However, the fact remains that I really do still need to lose another couple of stone. In reality, at least another couple of stone would be good to come off to get me to a healthy BMI, or a healthier BMI. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to be a size 10, let's be perfectly honest. I think that ship sailed. Actually, I'm not sure I've ever been a size 10, thinking about it. Some of us are just not built to be a size 10, are we? The motivation has lowered, but the need is still there. I need to lose more weight to be healthy, and that was what this was all about to start with. So I have given myself a bit of a talking to this last weekend. I had a long conversation with somebody who's close to me who is also on Mounjaro. Has sort of come to the end of their journey. They've lost all the weight they wanted to lose. And it's not Carla, by the way, for anybody thinking it's Carla. So yeah, I had a long conversation with that person who knows me very well and who knows the way my mind works as well. We had a long chat, and I felt that that was very, having reflected back on that, I feel that it was very helpful in thinking about where my triggers lie and how to move forward and all of that sort of thing. And because of that, I've decided to go up to the next dose of Mounjaro. I'm currently on 7.5. I have been for 3 or 4 months now, and I'm going to go up to the next dose because I feel like that might just give me a little bit more of a kickstart with the suppression. I had been trying to avoid going up to the 10 milligram dose. I sort of wanted to be able to do it on the 7.5 and then titrate back down. But as the person I was speaking to at the weekend said to me, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to do it wholeheartedly and put your whole self into it? And the program says that you can go up to the next dose if you need to. You know, I'm still 3 doses from the top of what you can go to should you need to. So either do it or don't do it, but don't half-arse it. And I think that is really true. So I've just reordered I've got 1 more dose of 7.5 after the one I took yesterday. And then I'm going to go up to the 10. So I'm hoping that that will have a sort of reboot kickstart effect. It might not, of course, and of course it may come with side effects. Let's just talk about side effects briefly for a moment. I have had some more side effects, nothing terrible, nothing bad enough that I think I don't want to take it anymore, but I've had some stomach pain, I've had some nausea, I've been wanting to stay in bed a couple of times. My friend Carla also takes Mounjaro, as you know, I expect a lot of you watch her channel as well, and she suffers every week from side effects, the burps and the nausea and all that sort of thing. I don't get it that badly, I get it occasionally. So it's not bad enough, but it has been there. I just like to be transparent with that, just to say that. But certainly it hasn't been bad enough to make me want to stop. The other thing that I meant to mention earlier, and I forgot to do so, with regard to my lack of weight loss, or my plateau, so to speak, is possibly that I haven't been exercising for the last couple of weeks. I haven't been on the treadmill because I've had an absolutely hideous cold, which if you watch my normal videos, you will know about. Again, I'm filming this a couple of weeks in advance just because you'll be thinking, you have a cold last month, but I'm talking about the same cold. As I say, I am filming this a couple of weeks in advance. Yeah, I've had a really rotten cold that I couldn't get on top of, and I could barely breathe at some points, let alone go on the treadmill. So the exercise fell by the wayside as well. I'm pleased to say the last few days that has come back on the exercising, and I feel good for it. I've found that I've really enjoyed getting back into that exercisey routine and getting my steps in the morning, and it's made me feel energized and much better. So that's where I'm at. I'm hoping that next time I do one of these, in another 6 weeks or a couple of months, I will have much better news for you. However, that having been said, I will have had a fortnight's holiday in Greece in between then as well, so possibly not. We shall just have to see. I do want to address one question that a lot of people ask in the comments, which is what happens when you come off it though? Do you just pile all the weight back on? I can't answer that from a personal point of view because I haven't come off it yet. What I can say is that a lot of people do put weight back on when they stop doing a diet. Otherwise, slimming clubs like Slimming World and Weight Watchers wouldn't exist, because they'd be a one-stop fix, wouldn't they? You'd go to them, you'd lose the weight, and you'd never need to go back. So I think it's very easy to say, oh, it won't work because you'll stop taking it and you'll pile the weight back on. Slimming World, if you stop doing it, you can pile the weight back on. Weight Watchers, the same. Keto, the same. You know, name any diet where if you stop doing it, you don't put the weight back on, or the majority of people don't put the weight back on. So there's that. I am, however, mindful of the fact that I do think about what will happen when I do finish it. Obviously, my plan would be to titrate back down through the doses and get onto a lower dose. And if at that point I come off and I immediately find it's problematic, I would very happily go back on and potentially stay on it indefinitely if that's medically appropriate. I want to be healthy for the rest of my life, healthier than I have been for the last 20-30 years. That is my priority, and if I am able to do that with the support of this drug on an ongoing basis, and I'm not able to do it without it, why would I not? It just doesn't make sense to me not to. So that's really my thoughts on that. I just wanted to address that because it's something that gets asked in the comments every time I make one of these videos, so I just wanted to sort of touch on that. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. It's all still very positive. I'm really happy with my weight loss, but I would like to lose more, and I need to buckle down and get that going. I don't want to plateau at this point. I want to get to where I need to be healthier. So thank you for watching this. Let me know how you're getting on if you're on Mounjaro or one of the other weight loss injections. Just before I go, I will pop the QR code back up on the screen in case you're interested in trying AG1. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.